Well, here we have probably one of the oldest CRTs that's come into the shop, that's said to be checked out and serviced, and this thing is just beautiful. I've never really seen a TV that resembles this particular build out. We'll look at it closer here. You could check it out with me. This one, in fact, is a Commodore monitor. We have Commodore Vision right there on the front, and then it does have a kickstand underneath. It's holding it up. We'll look at that a little closer in a second. But wow, yeah, a 1950s American NTSC era television. And if we look at this bezel, it's in really nice shape. It is a plastic that has cracked here, but this plastic is amazing. It's much better than like the plastic from the 1990s and even 2000s, that when it would take this kind of a crack would just maybe splinter off. Up here we have some more nice plastic. Now this is a little plastic spacer here, but this handle, wow, it is actual metal. I'm not sure what type of metal, but it is shiny, and you can see a nice mirrored reflection there. So that handle is sturdy, and I'm sure screwed in there underneath this spacer with some amazing high quality screws. Up top we have some big thick vents. This is high quality, again, very hard steel of some sort on this bezel. The paint still looks quite nice. You have a lot of vent holes here to allow for airflow and ventilation, and over here we even have some discoloration along this, and I'm not sure whether that's just from maybe dust, or if it actually is from maybe heat coming out of there while it was in use. So we're going to try to use this in a minute. We're going to look at what we've got up here are some channel knobs that do turn slightly. I hope that, oh, there we go. Okay. So we'll see if that's, oh. So that's supposed to be channel, I don't know how you go backwards. Like that? We'll see what it is. It does say like channel 3, channel 4, and then this is a volume knob, and then these are our antenna. So normally you'd just catch a signal coming over the air with these two antenna on this CRT, and all of this is like one single piece on this shell, kind of like a Sony PVM or a BVM of much later years. And look at this. I mean, it just looks like a fine piece of hardware. It's got this cool paint job, and very much gives me that 1950s feel for Americana. I only see one real issue back here before I want to start this, and that's this power cable. It is frayed pretty bad right there, and I do not want that to have any risk of kind of shorting out. We'll add some more light there. I do see 3 screws in the back of this that will help me at least remove this back plate, and we can get a look inside. Just from initial looks here, I see that this cable, this fat cable, looks to be the one that's going up to the antenna. So my hope is that if we can get this turned on, I'll be able to splice this, hook this into that spot right there, and give us a regular coaxial right here. And then we can run some video from our VHS player down there and test it and see. Now it will be a black and white image. So let's just flip this over and take a look at the bottom before we take that back plate off and see what we're working with. Underneath here we have this kickstand. We have some other screws, one here and one here and one right here, which appear to be some kind of service access points possibly. And this is probably to release maybe the whole board inside and slide it out. We'll have to see once we get the back opened. Alright, I have removed the back, and we're going to take a look inside. And kind of what I had suspected was going on here is what's looks to be happening. on this antenna where it's connected right in there, and it comes down, and this has been spliced in at some point. For some reason, who knows? I'm not sure. We do have a ton of dust in here, and look, this even has like, these are actual little glass tube amps inside of here. You can see a GE tube amps. I have never worked on a tube amp CRT. Isn't that crazy? So this is kind of before my technology, or my era so much. So what we're going to do here is we're definitely going to we're going to clean this out some and pull these out. We'll turn it on. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't work, what I'm going to try to do first off, I will remove each of these tubes amps, and then just maybe blow dust or blow air in the receptacle and then replace it. And we'll try again, and then after that we'll have to just kind of see what's going on, because I know if like one of these tube amps is bad, I don't have any way of replacing it, and I also don't have that kind of a tube amp tester, so I really wouldn't be able to know. So we will kind of go from there. We'll try to get that figured out, but before I even do that, this is the actual power cable that I was able to pull out of the back shielding. It is very much dangerous. Not really good to use this like this. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit first, because I want to just use it to test. First off, I did set up the VCR so that it is outputting right now AV, goodness gracious, to this TV. Check that out. How about a brand new Pontiac 10,988? Oh, sweet, lovely Buick. Get you around in style. 15,988. Man, what a time to be alive when you could have affordable televisions and affordable brand new cars. So, I have the coax coming out of the paused VHS player. That will probably shut off before I actually get to play it, so we may have to play again. But I've gone in here and I've cleaned it out a good bit. It is much easier to see stuff. I did wiggle those tube amps a little, or resistors, whatever the hell they are. Like I said, I'm not this tube specialist. Like, that's the Shango, man. He's the tube specialist. So over here, though, we have our main power coming in. I did repair that cable. No problems with it. And you can see where it comes in. It hits a fuse. So maybe I'll go ahead and check the continuity on that fuse to make sure it's still good. And then we have a transformer here that's going to step it down and send it off back into the TV. And over in this area right here, that is actually the speaker. So there actually is some type of a speaker on this TV or monitor or whatever the heck it was. I'm guessing TV back then. A really nice heavy-duty design in here. This looks to be our input position or cabling right here. This would normally have come over here and been soldered up to this point, but it looks like, again, somebody come in here and this just were twisted around it. So I went ahead and twisted that around the leads right there and have that plugged into the coax right here on this older adapter. But there's a large capacitor right there. Seems to be fine from what I can tell from just touching it. Obviously, I can't get to the other side without removing the entire shell on the TV and possibly pulling everything out. So hopefully we don't have to do that just to see it run. I have not power tested it at all, so this is the first thing we're going to do. I did notice there's a click here on this volume control, so possibly that is the on-off switch. There's no on-off labeling anywhere as far as I could tell on this unit. That's literally the only switches that are exposed, and then all we have on the back side are the controls for sound, or not even sound, contrast, brightness, and then the hold if the image scrolls too hard. So let's just hold our breath, knock on some wood, and see what happens. I'm about to power it on for the first time. Whoa! And I'm about to lose my power supply or my surge protector. Let's see. Okay, nothing yet. Let's see what happens when I hopefully don't shock myself. Hopefully something happens. Nothing. Is it plugged in? Oh, wait. Look. Let me turn the lights off. You can see it's... Oh, wait a second. We're starting to heat up. Man, that looks like a Christmas tree. Holy moly. That is beautiful. Even if it doesn't turn on. Let's see. Ooh, wait a second. Wait a second. We're coming alive here. Ooh, horizontal and vertical hold probably need to be adjusted. That is these two. We're going to let it... Oh man, we're going to let this thing kind of warm up for a second. I don't see anything wrong with the horizontal. But my videotape did cut off. Again, this is all live. I've let's get this down here. Let's press play on here. And then we're going to turn the volume down over here. Oh, that's a used car deal, baby. I love my Pontiac. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens over here if I can get this to tune in. I'm just going to start cycling. That's like the closest so far, isn't it?
It's a $5,000 cash value life insurance policy that costs less than $1 per week. At age 21, the protection doubles to $10,000 with no increase in premiums. Call now for your free information package. The Gerber Life Grow Up Plan, a solid investment in your child's future. Call now.
Call this toll-free number for free information about Gerber's Grow Up Plan. Call now.
Dang, man, I'm really missing Kenny Loggins. Gosh, man, don't get me... God, Kenny Loggins' estate's going to get me with the old copyright infringement. I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything. It looks like we're maybe on channel 4. Let's see what happens if I switch this to channel 4 down here. I believe this is on channel 3. Maybe I just can't get that channel to... See what happens now. No, come on, baby. Come on. I've got to see that Kenny Loggins. Alright, this is the bottom, and there's this little access door, which is right behind this tuner. And this is going to be like the crazy part. Once you see inside here, like it's... What? That's no, that looks connected still. There's a lot of just parts run through here. This is like pre-circuit board era, where it's just super wild in there.
Levels in the next generation of platforming adventure. There you have it. Just watch Toonami Friday from 5 to 7 for the toll-free number. Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's a cheesy ceremony.
Think you can handle it?
The problem here
Ever hear the old saying that beauty is only skin deep? Well, right.
feels like it's those it's got something to do probably with those tubes, those little tubes that are controlling both vertical and horizontal scrolling. I think that's the problem. I guess you could say curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to fully open this thing up. And there's the tube. It's a Hitachi tube. And What I can tell you is that I did notice I never saw this tube down here actually light up when I was using the TV. I wasn't sure if it actually was a tube. It was so dirty. You could tell there's still a ton of dirt in here. So, I mean, what I'm going to do now is just do the obvious. I'm going to clean this thing up some. And then everything looks so solid in here. I have to believe that the majority of this problems have got to be these old tubes. What we can probably do is document them. And if for some reason, oh my gosh, look at this. This is like, there still is this barely legible diagram. I'm going to have to take a picture of this and probably blow it up to see anything on it. We'll see what we can do. Schematics, that's nuts. Anyway, there's the anode cap right there. All right, I'm inside of here. And this was the side next to the speaker that I was concerned about. I didn't see any glow from this bottom tube right here. And then when I was inspecting over here, I looked at this tube and I see this big burn mark inside of it. And I can't tell whether that's from possibly something blowing out or if that's like just because it's been hot for so long. And so I'm gonna have to reinsert them for now, but that's something that could be like my suspicion on what the problem is that these are probably shot. Now if I had a tube tester, you could pull every single one of these little tubes, stick it in the tube tester, and it would tell you if the tube was still good or not. I've set back up for my test, which I'm about to run. I know, right? Crazy me, testing this thing with the shell off. I definitely won't be poking anything inside of here. I've looked at everything. I've noticed nothing besides the possibility of some of these tubes burned out or failing. Everything else looks fine. Solder components, I don't see anything else that's failed, which is amazing. I did find two things. Some potentiometers down here. Alright, it's like working barely. Look at that. Barely for a second. Watch, it's going to go out any second, probably. This is about as good as I've ever gotten it. And as long as I've ever gotten it. Let's just see how long it takes to just glitch out. This is horizontal hiccups. There we go. And then we're vertical hiccups. Gosh. Vertical hold, baby, it's holding. Damn, and then it goes out. That's the horizontal hold. Keeps going out. That's what's going out. The horizontal hold, man. It's got to be that one. It's got to be that stupid tube amplifier. Alright, it's still working and such, but it's not syncing again. Not nearly as much. That was literally the longest that it synced since I'd been messing with it. So again, I don't see anything wrong with the rest of the stuff in here. The volume works, it's in there, the picture's going, all these tubes are lighting up, so they are getting energy. Like there's not a dead one on here, and the one I thought was dead, if we look over here, this is the other side is the speaker side, so that's the side I thought might have had a dead one. But down here, this is like the flyback one, which I didn't see lit up originally, but I do see it lit up back there now, because it goes right into the that's where the anode cap comes from, is that receptacle down in there. And then the top of this goes straight into that tube, and it goes into this wax ring, which is our flyback. So there's an original wax ring flyback there, which is something I really have not seen. Personally, I've heard of them, never seen one that is actually working. Alright, so the power cable was glitching out because it was just too bad. So I was able to use just a regular replacement and get it in there. So that's all fine. But it's still just having the same issue. I really do believe it's like that horizontal, because this is the one that makes the difference. And then once you get it kind of locked in, then it'll just glitch out and make a bunch of noise. So I think it's, I mean, if I had like a something cool, like a old tube tester, I'd be able to verify that. I did try to find out more info on the tubes in the service manual, but I really wasn't able to find much. Well, there we go. Maybe we can get it to tune in for a second. Well, you see how it just, I mean, for a very brief second you get an image and then you make an adjustment and it kind of glitches out. Let's see. There it is. So, well, horizontal, vertical. See, vertical's working. It's just like the horizontal sync. So damn touchy. This is like as close as you get it to like working. There, if I just, oh. So I wonder if I can do things. Let's see, like turn down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I know if I start making adjustments to that, the screen's just going to go away completely. That's what obviously it's supposed to look like. Maybe it would look better with a more stable signal, but it's about the best I can do on it, which is something.
Well, I felt a minuscule twinge of power. Must be a Namek village. It's time to collect one of the precious Dragon Balls, and I'm the only one who can sense it without a scouter. It's so much more fun being the man in charge. Frieza and the others have no idea where they are without their scouters.
I'm about to install the shell back on the TV here, and just want to take a closer look at this. This is that wax ring and flyback right there. Now, if you notice, sometimes when I was running the TV, it would get really noisy and cranky, and I believe that's probably a contributor to that, since it's kind of breaking down at this point and looks kind of gnarly. So there's that. There's those two potentiometers that seem to adjust like vertical linearity and like almost vertical size. It's very odd. It's just like vertical adjustments, and that's really all there is in here. It's just that. But I just wanted to take a closer look at that and show you. And also those potentiometers. They all seem to be in good working order. It's just you're not really going to do much about that flyback at this point. It's going to work or it's not going to work. Hey everybody, Cole and I are out here. We're doing a final test run of this 1950s Commodore TV. And what I'm going to do is, I've got a tape sending out an RF signal to channel 3. I'm going to power this on and show you it. Well, it does take a few seconds to warm up and energize. There it is. Here it comes in. There's the TV screen. Now, to get an input signal into this, I've got the RF sent to this old school adapter with the 2 prongs here. And then I've got these little jumper cables. It's really easy to get a signal in here. We're going to just connect. There you go. You start to hear it. We're going to connect that into that. Oof. And this to this. And this thing, I promise it will, if I turn it off and turn it back on, it'll generally sync up and start to get better as it warms up or whatever. There you go. So it'll be shaky here sometimes. But you can hear it really clearly. That's how you get the input in there. See if we can get that to clear up a little bit better. Usually power cycling it a couple times will make it kind of sync up. There you go. Let's look at, oh, maybe. Let's try to. Oh, we lost our horizontal hold. Okay. But that's how it works. Now we got vertical hold going. It's okay. It's going to come. It's going to come back. We got a vertical hold button too. That works better. The horizontal sync is troublesome still, but those are related. Those issues are related to the actual transistor tubes inside not being so good again, but it's still working, and that's how you get an input signal into it. The audio clumps through clear.
That's exciting news, Goku. You're a good friend.
Of course I am. I can't believe this.
All right, everybody, there you have it. We have a finished up 1950s television. Now, that is officially the oldest TV that I've ever worked on and actually got working at some point. So I was pretty excited to work on it, and I want to thank Matthew for bringing it in and letting me work on it. He is a Patreon member, and if you'd like to have a CRT service, please do check out the description of this video. There's more information on how to have your CRT service. You do have to be a Patreon member, but just so you know, I know that like the image was sporadic. That was really all related to those transistor tubes, which are definitely out of production at this point. And the problem here is trying to resource or get a good source of replacement tubes for that television. I actually don't have any of those in stock here, so it's quite difficult for me to even locate a good working part for replacement on there, because that's really the only issue again with this television is those tubes. If you got those replaced, I'm quite confident that the rest of this TV would work fine and it wouldn't have as much trouble syncing horizontally and vertically like you saw. I feel like that would be a little bit more stable if those tubes are in better shape. Now there's also like a tube rejuvenator probably for this, and I think I've seen those like referenced before online, other places, like a whole machine that would test the tubes. But again, that's all technology that's kind of generations before the CRTs I work on and try to specialize in. Anyway, that's a lot of information. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave me a like. Leave me a comment on what you think on this television. Next up, I do have a special Sony set, and this is going to be another rare one. It's a Sony KV-25th. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this one. It is the 25th anniversary of the Trinitron. It came out in the late 1990s. It was limited to 2,500 units. And I had one of those units here in the shop to get serviced. So that will be coming up next. And I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and be ready for that one if you want to see that. So thank you again for all your support. Again, if you want more information on having a CRT service, please do check out the description of this video. And I'll see you guys next time with some more retro content.